Hi, everybody. Welcome to OGs. I have somebody in the basement. I will be with you one moment. I'm just going to do a quick intro. If you're watching the replay, thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll bring up our guest and see what she has to say. It's a surprise. Are we going to see her, or aren't we?
Hello!
Aha, we don't get her. We don't get to see a smiling face first. Welcome in, Anvita. Welcome in, Marlene. And I have an announcement to make. I have to make it. I'm so excited. I want to show you something.
Bated breath and all. Can't see it. Make you large. We need to see things.
I take my oath for Canadian citizenship next Tuesday.
Is it nerves or excitement that's taking over?
Excitement. We tried to do it before Warren passed away, and they couldn't get it done fast enough. Welcome in, Christine.
Cutting out again.
I am. It's probably because I moved away from Mike. I have my other one here. Let's switch mics. Oh, come on, you.
Hi, Anvita. Hello, Marlene. Hello, Christine.
Okay, let me. Oh, it's underneath my shirt. There we go. Really, I'm having as much trouble as Lisa was having with hers.
Don't bring me into this.
Hold on one second. I'm just going to change my mic here. Excuse me. Okay, how's that?
Well, now you sound like you're inside a jar, but at least you're not cutting out yet.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
It has been a day. Let's just say that.
If you can, turn the mic gain up a little bit.
Yes, I can do that. Hold on. I can turn my mic gain up. Oh, settings. Audio. Yeah. There we go. Mic gain is up.
No, it didn't do a thing.
It didn't do a thing? Well.
Excuse me. We can hear you. It's just that if anybody wants to properly hear you, they're going to have to turn their volume up.
No, well, I just got to get the settings right. I did 2 videos today. I did 2 videos and better.
Oh, heck.
Too loud.
Anvita is in the house. Not Anvita, Antoinette. Oh my gosh. I was supposed to say Auntie and it came out Anvita. Sorry.
How's that? A little better? Not so loud?
Because I'm having a day off.
Yeah. Oh God, I have a day off every time. Yesterday I spent most of the day working on the swimming pool. So that was my big announcement. I'm so excited. They're doing it virtually. They're doing it through Zoom, no more in person because of the big, but that's okay. It's been a long 8 years getting to that day.
Well,
you did, Suzanne? Okay. It was Perp had asked for an iCord, so that's why I did an iCord, and it was the trial run with the new camera. I've got to kind of adjust the setup, the way that the tutorial is done, but the next one I'm going to do is a crocheted iCord. So, but no, I wanted to come on live today, and because I'm off, because I won't be able to video really until next week after this because I'm on days.
You wanted to share some happiness.
I wanted to share it. It's so excited, I mean, it's been a long, expensive road, and it's yeah. So I'm excited.
I bet you're tickled blue.
I'm tickled teal.
There you go. That'll work well.
Although I'm getting ready to crochet. The guys I work with, one of the guys I work with, he just screams, abuse me, pick on me. So we have poles on the end of this ferry we have on the ramp that's for guiding them into the wharf. So I told the one fellow there, our engineer, I won't use his names just in case, that he's going to be the entertainment for the tourists this summer. I'm going to crochet him a pecker pouch in neon pink with the thong.
Oh, you said this in the last live. Oh my god.
With bells. Yep, with bells at the end. No,
Yeah.
no, Anvita. No, I'll just be what's called a dual citizen. My grandparents came over from fascist Italy, from under Mussolini to the States to make sure all future generations were born free, and she was pregnant with my mother. So no, I wouldn't do that to my grandparents. It was a gift they gave their future generations. So I'll be a dual citizen.
Your mic is doing the thing again, where it's kind of, it goes really, really quiet and then goes normal again.
Well, the new computer that's coming is more powerful. This mic requires, unlike my Snowball, this one requires more power. 3.0 plugged right into the computer. Into I have it into a Type C.
Stick your snowballing.
No, that went away in a gift away. I gave a webcam and a mic to a creator that wanted to up her game on her videos. I haven't seen her video for a while. She posts, but she doesn't video. There's a volume on here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it.
It's not the volume. It's just, it literally in one sentence, you go really, really quiet and then it goes back to normal again.
Yeah. When I researched it on this, because I took it off the boom, when I researched it on this, that's one of the reasons it may cut in and out, that I'm not getting enough power from my computer. So that's why it's supposed to ship today. It's a desktop. I'm going away from laptop and I'm going to a dual monitored desktop. Oh my goodness, look who's here. Welcome, Lindsay. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you, dear?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine. Are you at the new house or are you still in North Carolina?
Still in North Carolina. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's Puddles. There's her beloved Puddles. He's up playing with Bella and Valeria.
Oh, there she is.
There she is. There's that smile. There's that smile. I messaged Lindsay because anybody that's watched the first video I put out, I got a little carried away on my repeats on my dive top, like double.
Oh, double.
And because I thought I didn't have enough yarn. Apparently, I would have had enough yarn had I not got carried away on my doubles. Everybody thought this was a dress. It's not a dress, but it looks like one right now. My dive top. Okay. This is the front panel that I'm working on. Okay. I'm going to show you the back panel.
Welcome in, Perp.
Welcome in, Perp. This is the back panel. Okay. You see where the bottom is? Now look how far the top panel has passed it by.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
the only thing you could do would be to put a string in and make it roost in the front.
I'm going to put a lifeline in. I'm going to count back to the row 11, the knitted row, because of all this has a lot of cables. Because I drop stitches once it's done. Because I'm going to do the drop stitches via a tutorial so everybody can see me drop the stitches. And pray that I did it right and the whole thing doesn't come apart. This is a lot of work. And then I'm going to put the lifeline and frog it back enough to do my garter stitch rows. I can't believe I did that. Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
You were enjoying it so much.
You know, everybody here knows Lindsay's a phenomenal designer, and I've done quite a few of her designs and tests, and I wanted to do this top before I did the the other top. I'm going to do the other top too, but not in the crop version. I'm an old woman. I don't wear crop tops, especially with my middle. But yeah. So that was my predicament, Lindsay. I couldn't believe I did that. I was beside myself when I saw that. I was beside myself. All that work trying to get it done. But welcome into anybody that I haven't said. And I was just letting them know, Lindsay, as of Tuesday, I take my oath for Canadian citizenship.
Oh, congratulations.
Lindsay was born in Canada.
Yeah.
She's Canadian, but she lives down in the States. But she's moving closer. She's going to Maine. So that's it. Let me see. I had everything in my head just went. I mean, I'm graced with Miss Lisa's presence, Miss Lindsay's presence. It's just Lisa. What are you doing?
I'm dropping the hook. What do you think I'm doing? Huh?
Dropping your hook. Keep a hold of it. Yes, I'll have enough yarn, Suzanne. Once I take that out, because I calculated when I had it because it's a they discontinued it last year apparently, and Darlene is not here, and everybody keep you in her prayers, positive thoughts, and that because her father-in-law passed away last night. So
I'll add it to our list.
Yeah, it was. They've had a rough go, and she messaged me at 4:20 this morning. I was already up, and so that's if you have to keep them in your prayers because the mom's still there and she has dementia, and it's hard. It's hard because 1 minute they know it, then 30 seconds later they don't realize it. So it's very difficult. I just had one of my old former patients I took care of. He passed away. They were married 75 years, and they were married since they were 16. And she realizes now that he's gone, but 30 seconds later, turns around and says, he's here. So please keep her in your prayers. She's in mine. I've been working a lot on the ferry, and we've been busy, and I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm finding out because I get tired. I actually get tired. But I'm trying to get on a regular schedule with lives and getting my tutorial started, getting the new over there. I got the lights. I got lights, and I got the new camera, and we'll work with this mic setup and this one here. And Barb's one of the bus drivers is here is going with her, so that's Gracie's a little active right now. We almost went and got another golden puppy. I said no, I just survived Gracie. I'm still training Gracie. Go ahead, Lindsay, laugh because she knows she had two Great Danes.
Not at the same time though, but it's
you didn't have them at the same time.
But they were related.
Yeah,
it's easier when you're training them to train them together. Yeah,
it is, and Grace is a year old already, but so yes, no, we're not, especially with the way everybody's working, and Gracie, has tremendous separation anxiety. We're looking to build a dog park here on the island, so it'll be a great thing for me to be able to take her and get her socialized. I mean, she loves everybody and everything, but she's a little rambunctious, and that's why I've got to train her not to be as rambunctious. What are you laughing at?
Rambunctious. It's a big word.
Nosy Notebook, which I will be starting next month because my podiversary is August. And I'll be on 4 years.
It's a nice even number.
Yeah, it's an even number. 4 years, but I like where I'm at. I'm happy. I'm happy. And I've got email out to, cross your fingers, everybody. I put an email out to Your Inspirations to see if they wanted to do a collaboration where I will do tutorials for their patterns and or stitch tutorials from the patterns because of the problem I ran into with my entwined cable chic sweater because they had no tutorials. So who knows? You never know. You do, and Lindsay gets messages from me. Can you do a 3 needle bind off, please? I asked for tutorials, but the stitch tutorials, Lisa has a whole series of stitch tutorials for crochet and Tunisian, which if you're having trouble to stitch, it's just easy to go and watch reading about it as opposed to seeing it being done is so much different. I watch the stitch being done, whether it's crochet, Tunisian, knit, or a technique. It's a big help. It is. And there's just certain people, the way they do their tutorials, I'm able to comprehend it better. There's like some podcaster or channels, they go so fast and you can't keep up, you know. That's why I try. Mine are so elementary. Oh my heavens, mine are so elementary because I try to make sure my hands are seen and everybody can see what I'm doing. This I-cord one I just did, I showed them what happens if you turn your work doing your I-cord, what happens in the I-cord. And I left it in there on purpose. So when I finished the little sample I did, I turned and showed them, I said, and then here's where we turned and the difference it made, it twisted the I-cord. Stuff like that. Those are the things I want to see. If they make a mistake, leave it in. I want to see that mistake and I want to see how I'm going to fix it. You know, because I'm only I consider myself an advanced beginner. I know I tackle advanced patterns.
You sound worse than advanced beginner. Come on, you did an airbender.
I'm progressing to intermediate, but I like the advanced patterns because they challenge me. Lisa challenged me on these crochet cables. Now Lindsay's a knitter. She crochets a little bit, but she's a knitter. I find knitting cables easy peasy compared to crochet cables. I struggled with, we did a pillow and I struggled with the cables. I tell Lisa, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong?
Oh, cool.
That's the pillow. I made one like that in lilac. And somebody wants one for Christmas. So it's all her fault. It's all her fault. But I struggled with the crochet cables. That's why I reached out to
she's echoing
inspiration
in an empty room, not because of anything that she can help.
Yeah, no, yeah. She lives. It's a big high ceilings. Her new house is going up in Maine. That's gonna be exciting. It's exciting. I was watching it, and that's what Karen from Your Inspirations actually called me back and actually emailed me, you know, an explanation that was on a cable twist. For some reason, it just wasn't clicking in my head, and once I did, it's like, this is easy. Duh.
If you know how to do front and back post, you can do it. That's all it is.
Well, they had some in this particular sweater. They had a forward cable and a backward cable, but the forward and backward cable you use trebles, whereas in a regular, the cable twist, and there was one other cable. There was like 4 or 5 different cables they had in there. You were using double crochets. The forward and backward were trebles for that particular pattern. And it was similar to what we did in the pillow where you had to work behind your stitches. And because of the way that the cable intertwined going up through that sweater, it just, and I wasn't looking right. I hold the picture here and I'm looking at myself, that don't look like that. So frog it. But once I frogged and got that cable twist, it flew right through. And now I'm just doing the cowl and it's done. What do you have in your hand? What are you hiding, Lindsay? Yarn?
The ball.
The ball of yarn? Did you mute?
She's muted herself.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Lindsay uses phenomenal yarn because of the, oh my God, is that gorgeous?
This is a Meanwhile in Maine sweater.
Oh, that is gorgeous. She's moving back to Maine. She has to use natural, no dyes, or no chemicals and stuff because she has what was the initials on that? Immuno?
EI. environmental illness.
Yeah. And it's the elements that, unnatural stuff that makes her. And she uses some really lovely, lovely yarn. But I want to start my airbender. That's why I'm trying to get these 3 done. I want my airbender started.
What Perp said.
Her look, her sweater has the big knitted cables in it, the knitting cables. I'm telling you, Perp, knitting cables are so much easier than crochet cable. Although,
she's saying about the center cable in that cushion, and every time we got to the center cable, everyone was loving it. Oh, this is my favorite bit. Oh, I like this bit, and yet I'm never doing it again ever.
Well, I can't say that because I've delved into the world of cables. I have a crocheted blanket that's on the queue that is the Celtic cables, crocheted. Nice. I have a knitted one that Darlene and I are going to do as a, just like a knit along, and it's from Mary Maxim called Generations Throw, and it's knitted cables. I'm really just delving into. I love cables. I do. I love cables. I love the looks of them, the texture that they give, now with Lindsay, yes, Perps, exactly. With Lindsay, her signature are cables, drop stitches, picot, bind off, or cast on. Do I know your patterns or what? I know her patterns, but they make beautiful, beautiful fabric texture, and it's a challenge. The drop stitches were a big challenge for me because if you mess up on your stitch count, which I'm hoping that this top is going to be fine once I start dropping, because everybody wants to see how you drop the stitches because it's frightening the first time you drop. Darlene knits, crochets, and Tunisians. She's tri-stitchable also. Ladybird knits too, but she just doesn't do much of it. Don't shake your head. You do know how to knit. I like it all. I've combined them and put them in one project. But it's a way to push yourself outside. Several of the designers that I've interviewed, they're knitters. 2 of them were knitters, mainly knitters, was Sam and Lindsay, and they both have patterns out. I'm doing a pattern and I showed it in my Whips and Finished Objects video, a pair of socks that he based on a bunch of designs on Venetian architecture. Again, small cables. But, they, hold on a second, Lindsay, if this pops. Okay, there we go. I had something that's bothering me. I had to get on there. But check these designers out because they really got some great patterns. And even Lindsay was delving into crochet. She was delving into the crochet world. Lisa, what are you working on? Somebody's asking. Oh, the baby rattle, the little baby rattle.
I'm struggling with the snout though, because the snout's way too big, and it's ruffling, and yet I've got the right stitch count, but it's ruffling. So I've frogged it 3 times and I'm doing it again, but that's its snout.
Some amigurumi I did, if you put your finger and kind of turn it up and crochet in, like if it's a cylinder or a circle, if you turn it up instead of holding it out, because if you're holding it out, it sometimes stretches. I found by putting it into the shape that it's supposed to end up in and then just go around that way, it seemed to do better. Because if I held it flat and did it, it didn't seem to want to curl in.
Welcome in,
Sarah. Welcome in, dear.
Weird seeing me. Forget the early bit. Weird seeing me. Thanks.
Oh, stop. He's a turtle. We've all, a lot of the people here, Lindsay, are amigurumi. They do the amigurumi. And I just started into it. I did Falcor from A Never-Ending Story. And that was my first real full-sized Ami that I did. And I'm quite proud of them. Because I had to frog my dragon which it's an advanced pattern, because it didn't look like a dragon anymore. It looked more like a lizard. So I frogged him, and
Dragons are lizards, just a little bit bigger. That's all.
well, I have to get the proper florist wire wrapped in paper for the tail, because the tail, you shape it and then you stuff it, and then you shape it some more and you stuff it some more. But it starts out with 4 stitches in a magic circle. It starts out so tiny and grows gradually.
Almost everything that you just said there is making me go, that's what she said. Almost everything that you just said.
Really?
Sorry. I'm not sorry at all.
Lindsay, are you gonna start doing amigurumi tutorials now, Lisa? Don't give me that look. Your members may want you to do some ami tutorials.
Well, then the members can go somewhere else.
If any of you don't know, I will put, when this goes to replay, I will put Lisa's link. I will put Lindsay's link. Check the channels out if you haven't subscribed. Anybody else that wants to drop their link, you're more than welcome to put it into the comment section, and people can check you out, and they can, spread the yarn, the love, the yarn love. In the future, you will be seeing the famous airbender that I have talked about and we showed in the interview, because the airbender is my unicorn. That's my unicorn. When I tested it, I did the basic shawl. I did not do the beads. I did not do the shawl, the drop stitches and all the stuff that was in the original. I did the short version. What?
You saying about the shawl? I've been commissioned. Do you remember my Dreamcatcher shawl that I put way too many beads on?
Yes, I do. It kind of makes noise.
Really? I've been asked to make one. So she sent me the wool. I've got the wool. It's Yarn Bee Rapology, which is lovely and soft. Never seen it before, never heard of it before, never touched it before. And she's getting the beads end of the week, I think. And then I'm making another Dreamcatcher shawl.
That's going to be pretty. The Dreamcatcher is sort of like a crocheted version, Lindsay, of your airbender. It has a lot of similarities. Welcome in, Demetra. Welcome in, dear. Demetra, Suzanne, they're from Canada. And Vita is from India. Perp's from the UK. We get quite of an eclectic mix here of people from all over the world. That's why I love this community. But no, the shawl she's talking about, it's a beautiful shawl, and she's right. It's heavy in the beads. Very heavy in beads. But
I already did the beading.
but my airbender is my unicorn. I'm going the full pattern. I'm going drops, I'm going beads, I'm going the full size, because I love the pattern so much. I gifted my test one that I did. I gifted that away to somebody. But it's just the dragonflies in it, and the imagery that the pattern does. It truly is airbender. The wind just, and the dragonflies, but if they fly. More butterfly drop stitches. Yes, I know. BDS. But it's an absolutely gorgeous shawl. And then the other one that's down the line is Solar Flare. That is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, I released that as a mystery. And
yeah.
I was so excited when I saw people knit it, because they were like, had I seen this beforehand, I would not have tried it. It's still all one stitch at a time.
It's a unique construction. And if I remember correctly, it was your most challenging pattern.
Yeah, it took 9 months to design, because it's a non-repeating pattern.
Yeah.
It's a non-tie shawl.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's a round shawl.
Mm-hmm.
but the colors, and I'm going to find the yarn to do it in with the reds, the oranges, and the yellows, because I want it to be a solar flare and beads. I even got the set of hooks for beading, all the different little tiny little sizes. Because now, I think it was last year or the year before, Lisa and them did a bead challenge. They were working with beading, and it adds something to the project. Welcome in, Granny D. Welcome in, my dear. How do you guys do the beads? Well, you could talk to Lisa and Lindsay about that, because they're the experts at it, not me, because I get frustrated and the hook goes flying and the beads go flying. But they're the experts, Lisa and Lindsay. They've done quite a bit with beadwork.
I'm just about to drop a link.
So I use a steel crochet hook to bead, and what I do is a little bit different because the yarns I work with don't have a lot of memory. So I knit the stitch, I slip it off, I put the bead on, and then I slip it back on my needle, and then I continue on, as opposed to a lot of people who will bead down.
Red.
And I don't do the bead down method.
I don't do the threading on, because the amount of times where I have yarn bath, I don't want yarn bath with beads on the yarn, because then you're in like double trouble. So bead as you go makes more sense to me. Oh,
See,
yeah, and sorry. Howdy, Southern Vine. You're
How
welcome,
you-
Sarah.
So you come here and you learn all kind of new things, and that's another reason why I keep doing what I'm doing, because I learned so much. I learned so many new techniques, and different ways to do things, that I may do it and take 5 steps where somebody else can teach me and it takes 2 or 1 step. I'm slow, and that's okay, because I'm about the process. I'm a process crafter. I'm not in people. I know a lot of people say they don't want to do a sweater or a large shawl. They want the instant gratification of that finished project. I like the process. I like starting and then seeing how it grows. That the pick and mix cowl that we did with Lisa was a lot of fun, because you never knew what you were going to do. You had an idea. These stitches were on the list. What color am I going to be doing it in? Neon yellow. Yeah, my blanket was all neon. It was a healing time for me, and it helped me heal. It was after my loss, and
my eyes heal. My eyes still need to heal from it.
Oh, Suzanne, I'm very slow. Seriously. I mean, my problem is I had too many whips on the go. That's why # work your whips. And like, I've got patterns that I've been designing that are in timeout, so I can get some of this done. Blankets sitting in there, but I'm getting them done, because mine are all major projects. Nothing small, except 2 socks that I'm doing. That's my work knitting. I have 1, 2 sweaters, a jogging suit, my dive top, 2 blankets. So I've got major projects going on. Perp, I've been trying to get her to do that. She said she has to get to 2,000 and we can do a Tunisian.
No. I did not say when I get to 2K, I'll do a Tunisian pick and mix. What I said is, until I get to 2K, I'm not doing another cowl. That's the wording. Thank you.
Well, the members can vote on a Tunisian cowl and say, pretty please, pretty please.
The members can carry on voting for whatever they like. It doesn't mean that the co-host has to listen, really.
Then we'll talk to Beanie. Beanie's your boss.
Good luck.
Beanie's your boss. Lindsay, are you going to write that into a pattern?
Yeah, I am. I started it 2 years ago, so the pattern's a bit of a mess. We started it when we started the construction, so I'm hoping to have it finished for move-in. But yeah, I've been twisting my knitting and I've gotten lost. Sorry.
I've done that.
So
We all know.
trying to find where my live stitches
Ah,
are.
I love that. I love the cable in the front.
Oh, that's the back. Yeah, it's
There's a cable in the back.
okay. So that there is the back, and then on the front there's a little tiny cable. That way, right there.
Ooh, there's no drop stitches in this, right?
Mm-mm. No, this is it's going to be cold there. This is I need to stay warm without a Great Dane sweater.
Yeah, but you said when you go there, you might get another Great Dane.
We'll have to see.
See about it? I'll keep you. I'll have to watch for pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, I got Gracie, who's now 92 pounds. But no, I'm looking forward to it because you said you're going to be doing more patterns with some worsted weight and DK because a lot of yours are in the fingering weight, and which I've actually learned to love to work with. Up until 5 years ago, I never worked with fingering weight before. Now I find myself being gravitated to 2 and 3, even 1, 0. I find myself being drawn to it. And I've been working with my Haya flyers. I got a set to try them, and I'll tell you what, I love them. For a knitting in the round, small circumference. I like 9-inch circulars, but the Haya flyers are nice too. They really are. It's and they're a nice needle. The pointed needle will be great for lace work. My Chow Goos are good, but Haya seems to be more pointed without splitting the yarn. That's again trying out new tools of the trade. I've gotten some new hooks the Omi hooks. I was gifted a Nelson Wood hook, which I have 2 or 3 other ones I got that were on sale, and I won a Pearls hook from Granny D, the Solar Flare one. Actually, it's called Solar Flare, and it's the same colors as the yarn you used for that shawl, and that's what I want to try find. Since I've inventoried my stash, 98%, I didn't find anything that would, so I'd have to order, and I know where I'd order it from, probably Hobie, the Cotton Kings, to find a Solar Flare color. Hint, hint, Ladybird. Yeah, Sarah, I got startitis, and it got out of control. So, yeah, got out of control. I did frog a couple projects. I frogged my elf coat, which was a year's work, and I'm almost done frogging the last few panels, and then it's got to all be caked up and put aside to be redone in the right size. Now that I've learned the mistakes that I had made in that pattern as I was doing the priestess coat. Oh, I forgot about my priestess coat. I had that too. And that one's about 60% done.
Can you show them or not yet?
She wasn't prepared, Lindsay. How could you do that to her?
Well, I was expecting to be over in the chat with the rest of the people. I wasn't prepared either.
That's what it is for me. I get so excited about starting something new and then get distracted with other projects. Miss Sarah, she gets distracted with better projects.
A lot of, I have stacks and stacks of pattern books and stuff, plus patterns I have in my queue, which are like ungodly. Okay, these are, and like I said, mine are all big projects. This is the Nordica sweater that I'm doing. And it's a pattern, it's a free pattern on Premier's site. And the yarn does all the work for the color work. It's just a basic vanilla sweater. And this is how the yarn works up.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's done in panels. And right now it's just back and forth, knit, turn, purl, knit, turn, purl. So this is a big project that has to be done. And like I said, I take stuff like this I can take to work because it's simple and I don't have to worry about a pattern. I made the mistake of taking some of my projects to work with me on the ferry, and because they were intricate, all I did was end up frogging what I did. That's the Nordica sweater. This is a pattern by Chantal of Knititude, another Canadian. This is a set, but it was released in 2 different patterns. It's called the Cable Crush Jogger. And this is the suit. It's the top's got cables, and the pants have a cable detail on the pockets. But this is a whole jogging suit. So we're talking a lot, long progress. Because I just cast on the top, and I got a couple inches to go, and I'll split through the legs. This is a folded waistband because there's an I cord in here. That's an I cord. So again, it's done in Karen Simply Soft because I can throw it in the washer and then lay it flat to dry. I don't dry my knitted and crocheted items. Sometimes I will wash them in the washing machine. Again, another major project. And you see my dive top. This is my priest, and you've seen. This is my priestess coat. This is by Regina Weiss of Moral Fiber. She's the one I did the elf coat. I did the elf coat. Now, Darlene and I both started this project. She finished hers. I'm still working on mine. It's got fur trim cuffs and hood.
Wow.
Unlike this one, unlike the elf coat, which was done in panels.
Auntie, do yourself a favour. Swap me with you.
Okay, hold on.
There you go.
This is the elf coat. Now, she did hers in Shawl and the Ball, which is who I'm doing mine in. The elf, huh?
It's my favourite.
Yeah, and they're discontinuing it.
I know. So gutted.
The yarns I'm using for this is the coat. It's grays, and it's a very neutral palette.
Ooh, surely in a cake.
And the diamond panels are going to be done in. It's hard. This is opal. It's hard to see, but it's got a metallic thread running through it in teals and pinks and golds and silver. And I'm doing the diamond panels in that. And then this is the fur. Oh, this stuff is so soft. And this is going to be the fur for around the hood. So it's constructed in one piece. It is Tunisian. I'm just trying to find where my hook's at, so I don't pull my stitches out, because I was bad and forgot to put a stitch marker in. Yes, I did.
Welcome in, HD.
Welcome in, HD. How you doing, dear? It's kind of use your imagination. This is the sleeve right here. This is the sleeve. Okay. This is all worked in one piece. And then in between these is where I will pick up stitches and put the diamond panels. So it's a ways from being done. Like I said, and this I started this a year ago. So yeah, I've got to get cracking on it.
Suzanne.
Okay, Suzanne, dear. Thank you. Have a good day. Hopefully the weather's getting nice up there for you too. It's getting nice here. It's comfortable today. 70 today. There's that. So those are my big projects. The blankets and stuff they're too big to bring out. And then I have this one project that Lisa and I were doing that I frogged mine I tore it all out except the Tunisian. It's a wall hanging, and it's really a unique concept. But it got frustrating because you were using different weights of yarns, and there was a lot of texture.
Textures.
The texture, yeah, texture to the um, wall hanging. So I got frustrated, and I tore everything out, and I just have my simple stitch Tunisian panel that you uh, weave into to make, because I want mine to look like ocean waves and a beach. The colors I chose. I started putting it in there, and it was like, ooh. So I pulled everything out, put it aside, and I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to change some of my yarn. I'm going to change some of the yarns up that I'm using, because they were difficult to work with for one, and they didn't seem to flow enough when I was weaving them through the stitches. They weren't flowing. So, because I want to do the wall hanging for the craft room, since I'm doing a big craft room makeover. Lisa's conning or something.
I'm really bad at maths.
Lindsay, that's a yellow top you got. Is that something you knitted? The
Yeah.
top you have on?
It's Race the Sun.
Have I seen? That's not in the book.
No, this was a standalone pattern.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So you wear a lot of your own items that you make?
Well, I put one on to come today, and then I like, surprise, you're on camera. Okay, glad I'm wearing my knitting.
No, that's awesome. Because later in the year, we're going to be doing a follow-up interview on Lindsay. I had planned doing a follow-up interview with Lindsay for this year to see where the theme for this year went and the patterns that she's doing, because she has a theme she does every year, and she releases patterns that all have that theme in it. And this year it was brioche, wasn't it?
Joy of knitting.
Joy of knitting.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a couple of patterns.
That's what I love.
Yeah, everything that she is in these patterns. I have been brave enough yet to try brioche, but she's really just slip stitching.
Yeah.
From what I've watched.
It's like rib and slips.
Yeah, that's pretty much, and it looks great. But you know how you feel intimidated by something until you try it. And I haven't got enough projects done to where I can't, because I have brioche patterns, and 2-color brioche is about as far as I'm going to go, because I can't handle more than 2 colors to start with. Because you have a few brioche, and you have a lot of tutorials on the brioche, which will be a big help. Because I've literally sat there and I have people's videos I play when I'm doing something, and I listen. I have a playlist, and I just play it all, and gives them watch hours, and it gives me, company in the background.
But that job you're working on is going to be great for walking Gracie.
Yeah. Gracie, my little girl. I've got to get her. She's trained on a harness, and I bought a halty. And it's not because she's bad, but she's big and she's strong, and I want her to know that she has to walk by me, not ahead of me. So the halty seems to help with that. I've talked to a lot of other people that have the dogs, and they said the halty helps, because my other dogs walk right beside me. Gracie has a mind of her own. She is really very independent, but also very clingy. It's a golden. She's a golden. She is a typical golden.
Does she carry something when she walks?
Oh, yes. If she goes to the door, somebody comes to the door, she runs and gets something and put it in her mouth and then goes back. She always has to have something in her mouth. But she's chewed some things she shouldn't have chewed. So I did resort to, I bought a collar. It's pink. But she is a girl, but it has beep, vibrate, shock. I've never used a shock. Barb did it by accident and shocked the poor thing. But I would use the beep when it was unacceptable behavior, so she got negative reinforcement that this is unacceptable. When she did it right, she got a treat. I've only used the vibrate a couple of times. Now I don't even have the collar on her. I go and pick the remote up, and I pick the remote up and say, "You want the collar?" That's it. So it only took a few times. She's very smart. Goldens are really smart. Lisa has a pensive look on her face.
I have a
But
what?
a pensive look on your face.
Yeah, I'm gonna frog the snout completely again because
Hey, sometimes it's just better to frog it and avoid the frustration and start from scratch.
if it was for me, I couldn't care less. I'd just get on with it. But because it's for somebody else, I want it done
It's a
properly.
commission. Exactly, it's a commission. When I'm doing a commission, that's why I don't do commissions very much. I haven't taken a commission for a while. I'd like to knit or crochet for the love of it, not pressure. And I mean, I'm hard enough on myself if it's something for me, let alone something for somebody else, because I want it to be perfect.
Yeah.
And I said, Lindsay has been on the end of me saying help and giving me tutorials because I've been challenging myself with a lot of new techniques and stuff like that. And it's been great. She's big help. But anyways, as I was saying, we're going to get back to the interview later this year with Lindsay. I also have 2 content creators that we're going to do one will be a live interview. The other one is going to be a recorded interview with 2. And I had talked to them back before Christmas, and they had agreed, yes, or even before that, they would do it. So, and I'm not saying who they are because it's going to be a surprise when I have it with them. I do it with them, but they both agreed to do an interview. And now that I'm trying to get back into find my balance and find my new normal, there were things that were on my plate that I need to get back to. That's why I said I don't do commissions. Make something for somebody as a gift. Absolutely. I put all the love I have into this every stitch. But for somebody to commission something and then all you're worried about is my work good enough? Did I make any mistakes? Are they going to like it? And then to find out that you put 60 to 100 hours into a wool sweater and somebody throws it in the washer and dryer and then calls you saying what happened, and they didn't read the care tag that you included with it. Yeah.
Oops.
They only get acrylic now. They don't get wool, they don't get silk, they don't get cashmere, cotton, none of that, because nobody follows the directions when it comes to the care of the fabrics. I just joined this channel that I have followed for 5 or 6 years. I started watching YouTube, and her channel has evolved, and she started she's a knitter from Norway, but she is a sustainable knitter. And she started what's called the Green Room, and it's for knitters that are into. It's not a social media platform where you don't have algorithms and stuff like that. It's for the love of knitting, and about sustainability. But what she also has is a lot of information, and I'm like a sponge. I like information, and it's all about excuse me, the different chemical processes that they use in yarn, and what's good for the environment, what's bad for the environment, and stuff like that. Trying to be more eco-friendly. Yes, I know I use acrylic. Acrylic has its place, but I've been using a lot more wool, cotton. I even have a couple hanks that have silk and cashmere in it. And to me, those are luxury yarns because I'm on a budget, and we all know that I have a lot of yarn. Okay, we all know that. 500,000 plus yards.
Wow.
Yeah, I inventoried. I still have 2 containers to inventory, but they're novelty yarns and dishcloth cotton and they've got to be inventoried. But I wanted to know where I was at with what I had. So when I'm looking for a project, I don't say, "Oh, geez, I don't have anything for that," and go order yarn because I'm on a yarn ban this year. I haven't bought any yarn since last year. Yeah, it's been tough too because there's a lot of sales that pop up, and I just like nope, delete. I don't want to look. Unless it's for a project. Like I had to buy eyelash yarn for Falcor. But that's all I ordered. I didn't order anything else. I just got the eyelash yarn that I needed, even though they had really good sales on. All my yarn was bought on sale, on a budget. So I have enough to keep me busy for a couple of years. And I've got some luxury yarns that from Knit Crate that I got, because that was the only way I could afford to get it. And I haven't used any of it. And I'm going to plan a project, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to combine them, because you don't have enough. And I'm going to make myself something, whether it's a cardigan or a sweater. I've got quite a bit. And I'm just going to combine colors. I have a burgundy and almost like a light taupe. But they've got, it's called Sugar Sport. And they've got a slight glitz to it. And combine them, like use it in the yoke or something. Maybe do some color work with it. And this is what it's all about is a lot of podcasts. I draw from podcasts I watch. Not quite enough yarn. She's from the UK. It's not that she doesn't have a lot of yarn, because she has a lot of yarn, but she never has quite enough to make a project. So she combines her yarns, and it's a great way to use your stash and interest to your projects. I've discovered a few new channels I was talking about in the last few either videos or lives, and one that I am thoroughly enjoying. It's called Just Vintage Crochet. She exploded overnight. Her sub count exploded overnight, but she's doing patterns from the 1840s all the way up to 1980, and these are vintage patterns. A lot of the early ones are, because she gives the history behind it, and I have to remember to put the link in this. She just did one called Crocheting on the Titanic, and apparently there were a couple of crocheted items that survived the Titanic sinking, and it's really, she's really good, Sarah. Her tutorials are very thorough. She does her mystery where her son hides the name of the pattern.
What's the name of the channel?
It's just Vintage Crochet. Let me double check.
I've got it.
You got it? Okay. Put the link. If you want to drop the link, you can.
Yeah.
But it's neat to see from 100+ years ago. Back then they didn't have the choices in fibers that we have today. They didn't have a lot of the nice needles and hooks that we have today. A lot of theirs was crochet thread and knitting with skinny yarn. They didn't have, your number 4, your number 3, your number 2. And she'll do these patterns, and it's a mystery. She just starts reading it and some of them she has to figure out because the terminology was different. A stitch was different, and she flips from UK to US terms and stuff. But I just found it because it's a challenge, and she has a knitting channel also. She's combining her old knitting channel with the crochet channel, vintage. The Juliet top I'm doing, I've done one of those. I did that back when Craving Crochet, Teresa did one. And I gifted it to Bailey. And I wanted another one because I love the top. I just love those. I love this, the romance of the sleeves. I just love that puff sleeve. And then it flares into, a little over dramatic bell sleeves. Couldn't think for a second there. Just like I like a French cuff. On the sweater I'm doing, it has the tight cuff, and then it flares into not a big puff, but just enough. But that the dramatic puff, I'm weird. I like vintage stuff. I like things that are different. I don't know. It's just me. I'm weird. My husband used to tell me, he says, "Are you starting another project?" Yes, I am. Well, you're not finished? I know. I said, but it's so pretty. And I started another project. But I do have somebody that wants to commission me to make a Norwegian color work sweater with all the Selma rose and all the tradition. Yeah, and it's like 4 colors. I've got the pattern. I had to get it translated from German or Norwegian. But here's the problem. A lot of times when they translate, things don't translate right. And I am not talented enough or knowledgeable enough to be able to look at a pattern and say, okay, there's a mistake here. How do I fix it? Type thing. But it's there waiting. I'm going to eventually do it. But I'm just not ready to delve that deep into color work. Well, come on, ladies, talk.
I want to show you something. I'll be right back.
Okay. Lisa, did you frog it? Are you starting over again? Holy
Yes.
Jesus.
So this one comes out next month, and I did a video tutorial of the entire setup for the brioche.
Ooh, with cables?
No, just simple brioche, easy brioche.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
I like that. See, I like the way it looks, the texture that it has.
And it's just the same thing, so it just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. So I think I found your first brioche project.
That
looks like it might be, and it's just 2 colors.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll be waiting for the tutorial. Are there tutorials going to be on YouTube or Instagram?
The setup tutorials are on Instagram. They're already up.
Okay.
I put them up for my test knitters. So.
Okay. It is. I've showed Lindsay's book, and I've showed quite a few of her patterns. I just tested the English cottage garden last year, and actually used some yarn that was gifted to me. That was a really nice yarn. It was a cotton linen that I used, and I did another one in the merino nylon. And it just got, and I kept that one. I didn't give that one away. I kept that one for myself because it's a smaller shawl, like a shawlette, more or less. It's like a shawlette that I can wear, and it just gives something to your outfit. Because there's a few of my shawls that I kept that I did that I was really proud of, and my English cottage garden and my FAIRHAVEN mosaic. Hold on, I will. It's Knit Eco Chic, but I'll get the link here for you. Just give me a second, and I will get the link for you.
And I must say, I'm much more active on Instagram than I am on YouTube. So,
but
it's the same handle.
I'm not as fast as
I've nearly got it.
You did see you're faster than I am.
All right.
That's all right. I appreciate it. It's my moderators report. But I'm just gonna say, Lindsay, I don't know if there's a way you can cross post from Instagram to YouTube. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I like Instagram, but on the computer, I find YouTube easier to go to for tutorials. I save yours. I have a file on my Instagram, and I save the tutorials to there. But I can put it on I'm going to see if I can get the Instagram on my computer. So I have a big 42-inch. So you guys up here, you're on 42-inch or 44-inch screen. I have the TV up there. And when I'm doing tutorials, that's what I use because I can see it. I'm old. Glasses. Blind as a bat. But yeah, Lindsay and you'll hear Puddles sometimes. Puddles was handsome. Puddles and Bella had a long distance love affair. They had a long distance love affair because I lost Bella and she lost Puddle shortly afterwards. I have to say, I never realized that Great Danes were so hyperallergenic. I did not realize that because a friend of mine has 2.
You're welcome.
Yes, Lisa's a good moderator. She does a good job. Um, but and again, Lindsay, I'm sure you said you would do another interview later this year as the patterns are released, and then we get towards the end of the year where you're planning for next year. You can give us a little insight to that too. I'm trying to bring back a couple of, like you and Sam, I want to bring back to re-interview to see how things are progressing and how your designing career has gone. Because when I did Sam, and to find out he's only been knitting 2 years, and the work that he was producing, the color work, the patterns, and he's a lawyer to boot. And he's an artist. He paints as well. You know, and then and then the other side of the series is going to be the content creators that I interviewed, are going to be interviewing. And like I said, one's going to be live. Lord help me. And the other one is going to be recorded. But no, if you go to Lindsay's channel, she has, especially if you're a knitter, she has some unique techniques there, especially with the brioche, but related to her patterns, Airbender, the bind off. There's solar flare. These were all mystery knit alongs she had, but there's also a few little other tidbits here and there that she does. And Lindsay also has another business where she designs stationery and cards, and they're beautiful. Camera mom and camera dad and Lindsay with her cameras take some beautiful pictures, and she's turning them into cards. And Lindsay, if you want,
it's called Barnabas Notes.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to type.
That right there, it's barnabasnotes.com.
That's it.
And she sent me, they're beautiful. They're beautiful cards. Delving into another, like, again, a lot of people that through YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and their own website and Etsy and Ravelry and, I mean, PayHip, there's so many places. This is how they make their living. And that's why I like to support the small businesses. This is how they make their living. You know, and I think, yes, you know what I'm going to do. Well, I know Lisa knows what I'm going to do. Last live, I gave away a couple gift cards to Lisa's Etsy site. I am going to gift away a gift card for Lindsay's website.
You know, that means I'm going to run away just so I get the chance, right?
That's fine. It'll make you knit. You'll have to knit.
Doesn't mean that you'd have to go to me.
Oh.
I give to others.
I'm going to set, Lindsay, I'm going to give away a gift card to your site to somebody here on the live. I usually do this. And they can go and they can check out the patterns and check out Barnabas Notes. What I'll do it is as is a PayPal. And they'll be able to go to your site. And unless you have, do you have gift cards available on your website? Or PayHip?
I have PayHip for the knitting patterns, but not Barnabas Notes. And Barnabas Notes is only in the U.S. because
in the US.
I don't understand.
No worries, no worries. I will just, the winner will get a gift card from me for Lindsay's site, and or I will have you go to her website and pick out up to, and I will pay for it and forward you the patterns. We'll do it that way.
Thank you.
No worries. Like I said, I believe in somebody. Lisa, her stitch markers and Hanky stitch markers and are beautiful, and the more people that get to go to these sites, the more the word can get out there, because we are basically a word of mouth community. You know, we don't have big banners and big commercials and big websites that we have all these big advertisers coming to our websites to help us make money. So let me get Nightbot here. Let me get my Nightbot up. Oh, I spelled there. It is. I'm learning how to use this. This is at least is my Yoda on this here, because I have I have some. I'm learning.
Have you already got yours, Demetra? That would have been blooming quick.
Users. Okay. Users.
Lisa, is your business Lady Bird like that, or?
With Etsy, it's all one word. Lisa Ladybird Loves.
Oh, okay.
That is her actual last name. I thought it was. I had her when I mailed the first one to her. Leaves. I thought her last name was Leaves, and I put Lady. I know, but I didn't. But Ladybird's actually her name because I didn't know what a ladybird was. I was looking for birds. It's a ladybug. That's what they call it in the UK. Yeah, she loves ladybugs. Okay, let me go to Nightbot here.
Oh, okay.
All right, I need a break in the chat. Lisa, if you're going to go away, I'll put a break in the chat.
How are you doing the giveaway? Because I need to know whether I do need to go away or not. Is it a
Nightbot? Random. Nightbot's going to pick a random.
I can stay here then. Oh, good. Welcome in, Joy. Let's do a break in the chat. And because you mentioned it,
I'm just trying to get. How do you get so you get everybody? You can pick mods, regulars, channel members, and users.
Just make sure that none of them are highlighted.
Oh, okay.
Is it like a blue outline if you click it?
Okay, there's no outlines on anybody. It says 0 eligible users.
Right, now click everybody.
Okay, I clicked everybody.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, I'm going to put a break. Okay, we got a break in the chat. I want you to put the word knit, K-N-I-T, knit. I'll give everybody a chance to put it in there. One
word each, or does it matter how many we put in?
One entry per person. There was my last giveaway. Yeah, one entry per person. So everybody just put the chat and we'll just put knit. If you want a chance to win, go pick a pattern or two from Lindsay's collection and I will send it to you. Because pretty much everybody here knits. Okay, everybody has their. Okay. 30 seconds. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll it. Who's the winner? You didn't put it up there?
It should come through, but it hasn't.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Hold on. Share screen. Share. Where is my share screen at?
Yeah, it's not coming up.
Share screen. Here we go.
Congratulations.
Here we go. Can everybody see it? That's who won.
Congratulations, Lisa.
Okay. So, Lisa, you know the drill. Go to the site, pick the patterns out, email me what you want, and I will get the patterns and send them to you.
I will have to get back to you within 24 hours. because I
fine.
want to go and consult the person I'm passing it to.
That's fine. That's fine.
Thank you.
Up to 20, you can pick up to 20 US because her patterns are in US
Right.
dollars.
Okay.
I mean, I could give like my favorites, but I don't know the level of the knitter that you are doing it for. So the patterns I always pick are the advanced patterns. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it.
But I have a lot of tutorials, so it's not.
Yes, she
They're
does.
not
She has one.
without throwing you in the deep end.
Yeah, it's she does have one Instagram because I do usually every Wednesday she was doing a tutorial, but also the older patterns she has on YouTube. But Lindsay also has phenomenal pattern support. If you
I need to
have
find
an
it.
issue,
I can't find
she's
the thingy. It's gone up too high.
what's gone up too high.
Oh, there it is. I didn't want to get the spelling wrong of Barnabas Notes.
So you know it's the support's there. Even if there's not a tutorial, you message her on Instagram, or she's not as active on Facebook. She is one of the yayas. She is on the yayas, but she's really active on Instagram. Yeah, Yarny Yayas. But she's real active on Instagram, and if you go to her, and she's Knit Eco Chic on Instagram. And it's I got it right because I used to say Knit Eco Chick. It's Knit Eco Chic. I was calling her a chick. And you can just go to her stories, and all the tutorials are listed. You can see all the tutorials she's done. But if you have a question, you just message her. She'll help you. I mean, if she can help me, she can help anybody.
I've sent an email to the person, so when they get back to me, I will get back to you. Who am I getting back to? Am I getting back to Lindsay or am I getting back to Auntie?
Me, because I'm going to pay for it. I'm just going to go. You tell me whether you send me the link or whatever. I'll just go pay for it, and then I'll send it to you. Or
Okay, as soon as they reply to me, I will get a hold of you.
I'm just making a note in my book here because I forget things. This is what we do, Lindsay, because Lindsay would keep missing the lives, and she actually got a notification this time about the live. A lot of times they don't notify because I put it up on the Yaya page as well as on to the YouTube. So because there's some people that don't do YouTube, they do Facebook more than they do YouTube, and there's other people that do YouTube more than they do Facebook. And because Facebook and the YouTube channel are interconnected, excuse me, I put them up on both places. Ko-Fi, I am getting more active on it. New comments I missed. Okay, there we go. Yes, congratulations, Wild Woman. Wow, that's your new name, Wild Woman, from Granny D.
That's what Granny D calls me. I call her Southern Fang, and she calls me Wild Woman because I'm wild.
So, and again, even if you didn't win the giveaway, go check out Lindsay's patterns if you're a knitter, or even if you want to gift a knitting pattern to somebody because they're unique patterns. And again, one of the things I love about is she has the pattern support. I've tried with a lot of designers to get pattern support, and there's only been a handful that have been responsive to inquiries or queries about a problem in the pattern, or I have a question. There's only been a few that have actually emailed me back or left a message for me on Ravelry. Surprising. I mean, and if I don't get pattern support, I don't go back and buy any more patterns because sometimes you get a pattern and this designer writes it this way, this designer writes it that way, and you're confused. And to get clarification from the designer, but they're not forthcoming in their pattern support. And that's really important. And one of my questions was to a big time designer, and I got no response. last pattern I bought from that person. It's just because
it's helpful
Huh?
when you tell me where you are or send a picture or something.
Yeah, well, that's
I get pattern support questions that are, I don't know what pattern they're working on, and they say they're
yeah,
on row number 6. Well, after
yeah.
50 patterns, row number 6 doesn't help.
Well, exactly, and just like I was saying, I mean, you knew that I was working on the dive top. I mean, that's the difference. But if I do have a pattern, like I emailed her before, and we did a Zoom because dummy me was just screwed up on the stitch count, and I couldn't get my picot bind off to work off right. We were doing the English cottage. Yeah, it was the English cottage garden. And when I finished it and blocked it, I sent a picture, and she says, "Oops, it's upside down." So I I had to turn it the other way because I had it upside down. But that's the thing, and you're, HD Elon Musk. That's why I can live stream now because I have Elon Musk, my Starlink. And I'll have the new computer, which will work better with this mic, and because this one worked good last time. I just got to see it might need charged. It might actually. I'll plug it in and charge it because I actually do have another tutorial I want to try to get filmed today because I'm so far behind on tutorials. I had a request for the knitted I-cord and a crochet I-cord, and then then after that, I'm going to do a demonstration of the Addy Egg I-cord machine. This is a 6 needle. This one is a 4 needle.
Neat.
But I want to learn because of these closures, the Celtic knot and the frog. And it shows you how to wind the I-cord to make it. So I think that would be like a really great embellishment on like a cardigan or a shawl. You can make them for shawls.
You need to check out string theory. I knit an I-cord, and then I knit the I-cord into a Mobius.
Okay, well then I'm going to put that down in my book. Check out string theory. Because I did the first, it's 100 inches I-cord for dive. I knitted that one. I got it done. And I got halfway through the second one, and I cut off the yarn because I thought I was going to be out of yarn. But guess what? No.
Sorry, Sarah, I couldn't help myself.
Huh?
Sarah's got a question, but I couldn't help myself with the answer.
Very practical answer.
Oh, my heavens.
I mean, she wanted an answer. She didn't say she wanted the right answer.
Oh, my heavens, you guys. I got about another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to have to wrap this up because I have to cook supper. It's my last day off, and I still have to get my uniforms that are hanging on the line ready for work for the week because at 4 a.m., I don't want to be ironing a uniform.
Are you not going to answer Sarah?
2 needles. I've been looking
on your little machines that you showed.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go solo for a minute, guys. Just hold on a minute. I'm just going to go solo so I can put this up. Okay. This one here is from Amazon. It is approximately $35 Canadian. You can see this one here has a weight down here. My girlfriend has the other one. It's a 4 needle machine because you need a minimum of 3 stitches for an I-cord. I don't think you can make a 2 stitch I-cord. I'm not sure, but maybe Lindsay can clarify that for me. And this is the Addy Egg. This is a 6 needle I-cord. And this little, oops, hold it this way. This little egg right here is at the bottom of the I-cord and keeps your tension. The biggest thing with these machines is the tension on the I-cord and also the yarn you're using. What's the difference between a 4 and a 6 needle? The size of the I-cord. It's the same as if you're making an I-cord. And Lindsay, correct me if I'm wrong on this. If a pattern calls for an I-cord, and it'll tell you 3 stitch, 4 stitch I-cord, the size of needles that you have to use, because that's going to determine the size of your I cord. Lindsay, for dye, I think it was 3 or 4 stitch I cord.
I have to look it up. It was too many years ago that I wrote it.
Okay. This is an I cord. And I knitted this one. This is knit. To do an I cord, you need DPNs. Or if in a pinch, you can use a set of chopsticks.
Or long circulars and just pull to the other end.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Dive is a 3-stitch I cord.
Okay. And the difference, and the thing is, in my tutorial, and Lindsay, you can go check my tutorial and tell me if it was all right for a knitting tutorial. With an I cord, I stressed, you don't turn your work. It's back and forth. That's the big thing with an I cord, is that you don't turn your work, because if you turn your work, in the tutorial, it shows you what it will look like and the difference, instead of a nice, clean, uniform I cord. And you can do an I cord. Yes, Demetra. You can do an I cord and use it in a crocheted project for, like my Julia top under the bust is a tie, rather than using. I'm going to do the crochet I cord next, Joy. There's a couple different techniques you can use for a crocheted I cord, but you can use a knitted crochet I cord in a crocheted project. Knitted I cord in a crocheted project. If you're using it for like a tie, or you're weaving it through for to lace or laces, like you're doing a corset. On my elf coat, I did a crochet chain for my corset, and I didn't like it, so I will do an I cord next time. And they're not hard to do, even if you don't knit. All you need to know is a knit stitch, cast on, knit stitch, bind off. And I did tutorials on all those. That's how easy an I cord is, and it's mindless.
Bring us back. Bring us back.
Oh yes, thank you. Hey, I am old.
Those are my I cords on the back of my top.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, I remember seeing that pattern. Yes, I remember seeing that pattern. Okay. Yes.
I love the I cord. It's so much fun.
You like I cord bind offs too, and I cord cast ons. She loves I cords.
And you can do a 2-stitch I cord. I do.
You can, okay.
Occasionally as a bind off when you don't want any chunk, but you want a nice smooth edge. I'll do a 2-stitch I cord bind off.
Okay. Okay, because I wasn't sure. So now there we go. We got clarification from an expert that you can do a 2-stitch I cord.
I'll be right back. I'm just going to quickly go and email Perp something, because it's just reminded me. Be right back.
No worries. Knitting an I cord, like when I was knitting that 100-inch I cord for my dive top, I literally, because I've gotten to the point where I can do stockinette. I can knit my stitch without looking. But I was just watching TV, and it's just like a typewriter. Ding, 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 ding. That's what it's like, actually typing and you zing it back. Yeah. And the only thing I do is when I am doing my I cord, I pull, as I do each row, I kind of pull down to pull my stitches more into the tube form, because if you look at the back, it looks like a ladder until you pull it, and it just becomes like a cord. It looks like the macrame cord that you buy. I know Frida from Crochet Knit with Frida. Actually, her name's Faraday, but she goes by Frida. She bought one of the little machines, and she went to town on I cords and made a rug, but she sewed it on her sewing machine together. She has a tutorial she does on it. So, I mean, there's a lot you can do with these little machines, just like I have those the Centro knitting machines. Something different, and it's plain, simple. for something in a hurry. Blanket, they even have patterns out now for an elf coat. Lisa, I think that's directed towards you.
She knows me too well.
Okay. But no, and one of the things is about this having these lives is stuff like this where it's an exchange of ideas, an exchange of knowledge, inspiration. That's what I love about the community. I'm a homebody. I don't go a lot of places, and this is a nice way to connect. I know people say IRL. Yes, I'm learning all those little acronyms in real life. I'm getting with it. But it's as close as you're going to get with Zoom or Google Meet or WhatsApp, Snapchat. It's all these different where you can see face to face. You can put a face and a voice with a name, and I have made some great friends in this community. Some I've met in real life, some I hope to meet in real life in the future.
Some you hope never ever to meet ever.
Let me tell you something there, Lady Bird. I've looked into like a 4-day weekend flight to the UK.
Why? What's wrong with you?
Not a thing. Not a thing.
She's
not a
ill.
thing.
Ill.
I'm old, not ill. But it's just nice to meet the people you've chatted with, emailed with, Zoom called with. And it's just for a lot of people that do this, a lot of us are just homebodies. We're, loners. Okay, Granny D, take care, dear. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, Granny D. I do catch your lives. I'm just lurking in the background because I'm working.
Take care, Southern Flying.
Now she's trying to get. Granny D likes I-cords. There, Granny D got some commission work. But no, I so appreciate the friendships I've made and the support through some rough times. I've been very blessed, and people may not know what it means to me, but there are those that know what it means to me. Finding my new normal in my life, and it's a balancing act, and I have good days and bad days, and you guys have seen me on the bad days and the good days. But oops, I just dumped my garbage. But hey, Lady Bird, that's gonna be coming your way shortly.
Cardboard, woo!
Keep it up, and I'll put it in a plastic bag. Yep.
It could be hand delivered. You never know.
That would scare her. It would scare her if she opened her door and saw me standing on her doorstep.
Yeah, I'm washing my hair on that day.
She would. It would tell her. And as weird as this is going to sound, I do have free time now. That if I want to take a trip, I can. I can for a long weekend. It's a lifeline. Exactly, Christine. Exactly.
I think sometimes the thing that scares me about doing meetups is it ruins the illusion.
I have no illusion about you, Lisa. You are who you are.
About me, this is it.
Yeah, you are who you are. And I've got that from people that met you in real life, and they say you are the same as you are on the screen is how you are in person, which is what we should be. Who we are here, that persona should be coming across your channel.
I'm way too lazy to put energy into faking myself, and I haven't got the memory to do it either. A lot of channels I don't watch anymore because of they're not real. I like a person that's genuine.
and everybody has their common threads that bind them together. Um, Not everybody thinks the same. Not everybody believes the same. But you have common threads. I have made, and I've made no bones about it, about my faith. I don't push it on anybody, but I have my faith. And that's why I ask for, as you do, Lisa, ask for prayers, happy thoughts, good vibes. Cover all the bases. But I don't appreciate those that come on and they literally will do their makeup on camera. And let me see you for who you are. And Lisa, I've seen you for who you are. I've seen you running from an S. One was in the kitchen, one phone call we had. And I had no idea you were that terrified of spiders.
Yeah.
What's that noise?
I have to run. God bless.
Bless you too, Lindsay. So good seeing you. Thank you. I'll be emailing you with her choices.
Thank you.
Have a great day, y'all.
Thank you.
She is a sweetheart, and what you see is what you get. We've chatted in private. There's Lisa. Lisa, click on that. Go buy some stitchy Hank markers. Hanky stitch markers. What the heck was in my coffee cup? And her new ones, because they're awesome. Like I said, Lady Bird stares me
on there yet.
Huh?
I haven't put my light up ones on there yet. I was supposed to do that over the weekend, but I had a poo weekend, so I didn't put any up. But
you didn't?
Ones need to go on.
Oh, I can't wait to see those.
Have you not seen them?
No, I haven't. You have them? I'll put you solo. Show me.
Let me
Hold on.
You, I will show you one. I need let me do it on. It's not dark enough really to see it, but it's not even gonna. Put it on a white background. Hang on. I wasn't prepared for this.
Well, you know me, girl.
Okay, there you go.
Oh.
So you've got a tree with blossom, a flower, and a couple of butterflies.
Oh, is that pretty?
Okay. But then.
Oh. Ooh, get those up. Get them up.
And as soon as they're gone, they're gone. As soon as I've got them on Etsy, I've already sold 2 and I haven't even put them up yet. But I've got 6 left. The bad thing is they are heavy because they're glass.
It's a progress keeper.
So the only thing that it's going to have is just a number bead or a letter bead, depending on what you want. It doesn't need any more. It shows itself off. There you go. You can make me nice and small again now.
Okay. Because I would like a few of those for giveaways. Thank you. One for myself.
And
ooh,
that's glow in the dark.
I like
with clouds.
Hurry up and get them listed so I can put an order in.
Yes,
I like the strange and unusual.
Well, this is what I'm trying to do for the most part on my stitch markers. I'm trying to do stuff that not everybody else is doing, because you do tend to see the same thing over and over again. And yes, I do have the odd stitch marker that, oh yeah, I've seen that somewhere else. Oh yeah, so-and-so's got a couple of them. Yeah, but there's also a couple of, well, that's different. Oh, that's original. Yeah. That's what I prefer.
Well, exactly. That's why, like, the dragon's eyes and my anchors have become my signature. My stitch markers are not fancy like yours. Mine are very simple. And that's okay. That's just me. I'm a simple person. I'm simple-minded. But with you, your hanky markers became your iconic, identity. But now these because I have some of the snow globes that you sent me at Christmas. I got some of those you sent me.
Mm-hmm. See, they're still on Etsy. I've still got quite a few of them.
When I tell you I literally have a blue. This hangs on my magnetic board. It's blue and has all Lisa's. And then I have a whole nother. Like I said, you're in my face all the time. You're in my face. And there's a compass behind there that keeps me true north. That's my compass. And I put that right there with my magnets from you. My Ladybird magnets are right there. And this pouch here is for somebody. I gotta make some more stitch markers. I gotta find the time. But I'm getting a cart to put mine in so I can just roll it out into the living room.
Take care, Miss Christine.
Christine, thank you so much for coming, dear. You take care. I'm glad you had a good time. I'll probably do another live next week. I'm trying to do one a week now. I just can't give an exact day because of my work schedule. But I do try to get it up the morning of or the day before when I can plan it. So, barring getting called out on a fire, people had asked me about the fire here, and we were told to stand down. We didn't have to go over, so I didn't have to go over today to do crew relief on the fire. It burned over 600 acres, and luckily nobody was killed. Lost a few houses, but they have hot spots. So there's a total ban keeping out of the woods now, and no burning.
Auntie has email.
Oh, I can pick it up on this here because I get myself screwed up when I pull away from there.
I'm having a hot flush.
Oh, they're terrible. I'm telling you.
I went to the post office today. I'm sorry if this is TMI for a few people. Stop listening for 2 minutes. I went to the post office earlier today and they were messing me about a little bit. So I was kind of leaning on the counter with my arms like that and kind of head on my arms, and I was waiting for her to finish. And when she finally finished, I moved my arms and there was a pool of sweat where my arms had been. I left my mark. My DNA is all over that counter.
Oh my. Leave it to Lisa. She doesn't spread the wealth. She spreads the DNA.
Well, yeah. My snout is ruffling again. It just keeps ruffling. And I've got the right flipping stitch count. And it's just like, look, it's all wavy. What is going on? What is going on? And I've gone down a hook size. I'm deliberately using a pink hook.
Take over for a minute. I've got to send Lindsay your link for your shop. So hold on. She wants your link. So I'm just going to go put you up solo and I'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. It's a little bit scary, isn't it? Sorry for anyone who's come in and is expecting to see the lovely auntie and you're stuck with me. Sorry. Not entirely sure where she's gone or why she went. But there it is. If anybody has any ideas on this snout and why it's ruffling, I'd love to hear it, please, because this is the third frog I've done and I've gone down a hook size. I can't go down another one because I'm using a 3.5 with Aran weight. Do you think it'll straighten out if you just push through and keep going? Well, this is what I did with the last one before I frogged this. And while I was working, I was constantly pushing my thumbs in to try and straighten it out. And it just didn't. There was about a centimetre that seemed excess, like one big ruffle of about a centimetre. It just didn't even itself out. So it looked like the hippo had been thumped in the schnoz. Well, well done for getting it done, Marlene. Well done. So many people just go, no, not doing it. Not going to do it. So well done for doing it, sweat or not. If I go up a hook size, the snout would be way too big. Anyway, the last snout that I did, the last roughly snout that I did before I frogged to this one, was already too big for the head. So I thought, well, I've got to go down a hook size anyway. And I know the stitch count's right. It's not like I'm putting too many stitches in. I'm putting the amount of stitches that it says in. And yet it's ruffling, but definitely can't go up a hook size because it's going to be way too big. Can you do it only when you're done with the increases to maybe push it straight more? I could try it. I don't think it will. I don't think it'll be enough, but I can try. Which one am I on? Yeah, literally after this, the next 3 rounds are just single crochets. So I could do it then and see, but I don't think it's going to be enough. But it's worth a go. It's worth a go. There was something. Burn me tongue off. Welcome in, Paul. Oh, Jeanette, sorry. I'm not the host. I'm just a guest.
I'm coming back.
Oh, she's coming back. She's coming back. So Jeanette says, hi, I am new to your channel. I'm liking what I see so far, says Jeanette.
Well, welcome, Jeanette. Welcome. This is Lisa Ladybird. Again, I'll say anybody that has a channel, feel free to drop your link, or Lisa can drop the link for you. She's a good moderator. And I got a message that Darlene sends her. She wasn't able to come today, but again, losing her father-in-law. I'll be talking to her later on today. But are we working out why you're ruffling?
Yeah, because it's doing it again. Less increases. You're doing an increase on the second round, the third round only, and then 4 to 7 inclusive is just standard single crochet, and then you're decreasing again. So there's only 2 rounds of increasing.
So then it should be going into a 2 because it's the hippo's nose, right?
Yeah. So at the moment, I'm just doing like the very front of the oval. Yeah. And then as soon as I finish this increase, then it will become like a cylinder almost. Yeah. From Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. Oh, okay. Well, I'm here in New Brunswick, and Darlene, who we were talking about, little sis, she lives in Beaver Creek, Nova Scotia, south of Sackville. So, and I'll be a full Canadian next Tuesday. I take my citizenship oath. For those that didn't know, I'm just excited about it. Sorry, just having to share. It was an 8-year journey. What size yarn are you using, Lisa?
Aran.
Ah, okay. But usually they use number 3 or Aran weight when they do amigurumi, because I tried it in smaller and it was impossible.
The one that she said she's using, I can't find it to find out what weight she's using, but I have no choice. I'm using Aran full stop because but
what about hook size? What hook size are you using?
I've gone down to do this snout. I've gone down half a hook size. So I'm on a 3.5 now.
Okay. It should be Beaver Bank. Thank you, Marlene. I'm thinking Beaver Bank, Nova Scotia. That's where Darlene lives, and that is also the home of Darn Yarn, mom and pop local yarn shop that even personally delivers the yarn to Darlene and people that live in that area. You don't get that from many LYSs.
Wow.
Husband
That's
and
some
wife.
service, isn't it?
Yeah, awesome, awesome. It's
That's the backup plan, Joy. Stuff it, push out the ripples.
it's a backup plan.
That's my backup plan. About stuffing it.
Well, like I said, amigurumi is it's a skill to doing it.
There's a lot of people that said that the snout was way too big.
Oh, really? I'd maybe go down a whole hook size instead of just a half hook size.
Yeah,
Since
but
you're
I think
using Aran weight.
because I've got an Aran weight, I'm struggling with the 3.5 right now. I think if I go down another one, it's just going to be unbearable.
It's hard. The pattern, the one that I was doing, the pattern had called for like a 3.25 with a number 4, worsted weight yarn. And oh my heavens, I was having a heck of a time with my hands. I'm just there we go. Yeah, Jeanette, if you a lot of times along with Lisa, Darlene will be here on my lives. She's referred to as little sis. And but she's unavailable right now. But yeah, she lives in Beaver Bank. I'm actually gonna be going there later this summer. I have a canvas she bought from a local artist here that I've got to take up. I don't want to risk shipping it because it'll get damaged because the mail is not very friendly with our packages. Almost. Well, Enjoy's right, Lisa. You can alter the pattern yourself. I mean, a pattern's only a recipe. You can. I've done it. I changed Falcor. I had to. It wasn't working out right.
I don't think I'm going to put that second increase in.
All you can do is try it, and you can always rip it out again.
my cotton is so curly right now.
Oh, like memory. That one has lots of memory. That has the as I told you guys, this basket contains the elf coat that I had ripped out, and this is all I have left to finish. Right now, this is all the yarn that I had ripped out and put into balls. I'm gonna have to recake it, but I'm keeping the hood because I'm gonna fix it, and I'm just gonna make this a hat because it's from the hood from the elf coat. I'm gonna put a border and ties on it and send it to one of my granddaughters. This is lovely yarn. King Cole's Riot. Oh my gosh, it's such a nice yarn. See, I have these panels, but this is a sleeve. Those are the two big pieces. These are all just small panels that I can take apart quickly. Well, not quickly. It's because it's been washed and blocked, and it has a very extreme halo to it. It's like it's from Stylecraft Dreamcatcher.
I do have a dream catcher. I just haven't used it yet. It's in a project bag. I know I'm going to be making a shawl with
I have
it.
2 of them. I have 2 of them because when you showed it, I thought, "Oh, what?" So when you for my, membership pack there, you sent me that gift card to Wool Warehouse. That was one of the yarns I ordered, and I'm actually doing a test pattern shawl in it. It is lovely yarn, but, oh, don't wanna frog it. Don't wanna frog it because it hangs up on itself really bad.
I bet.
It does. It really hangs up, but other than that, it's a pleasure to, work with. It really is a nice yarn to work with. It's so soft.
And it's wool as well.
Yeah,
Well,
it's, because Wool Warehouse has become when I'm able to when I buy yarn again, I'm going back to Wool Warehouse. I really like the, because I watch the reviews. I do watch the reviews, and I actually bought some of the Peter Pan that you had done, but I'd done it before you did the review, and when you did the review, I'm like, "Score."
it's only one weirdo's opinion. I mean, we've all got different tastes and opinions. I can only give mine. The one thing I will never do, I will never kiss up to the brands.
No.
Yes, it would be great if they sent me loads, but I'm not gonna kiss butt just to try and get freebies. I'm gonna be as honest as I possibly can be. And if I think it's really bad, I'm gonna say it's really bad.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you. That's why, I mean, I've only done one paid promotion, and that was Whisk. But when I emailed him, I said, I'm going to give an honest opinion, and I did, and it was a good product. I mean, it was a positive experience, and any item that I review, whether I buy it with my own money,
ignore.
Yeah. I give an honest review of something, products that we've gotten, that I bought with my own money, and I just give them, whether they send it to me, somebody sends it to me or not, I'm going to give an honest review, because to me that's integrity. That's my integrity, and I'm going to give an honest opinion.
Yeah.
I forget what.
You forget what?
I totally forget. My head's it just flew out of.
Hasty.
Yep. I'm trying to remember. There was a product I reviewed, and it was awful. It's been a while back since I did it. Yarn reviews I've done, like Lisa, I give my honest opinion. What I like, though, somebody may not like. Holskarn is one of my highest viewed videos that I did a review on Holskarn yarn, and it's not for everybody. It's a thin yarn. It's inexpensive, but it's a good yarn. It's a well-known brand, and up until the big C, their shipping rates were very reasonable, and their shipping times were very reasonable. But since the big C, a lot of companies have changed their cost of shipping, and also their ship time. Have you noticed it too, Lisa, that the prices have gone up? Okay, good, because I'm glad I wasn't the only one that was seeing that.
Into the state of bleeding ridiculous. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it is, I went to order 10 skeins, little sock skeins of yarn from Premier at a cost of like $25. They were on deal. They wanted almost $100 shipping to Canada.
I would have told them where to go.
I did. I emailed them and said, you'll never get another order from me. And they haven't. I get my Premier yarn from Aberdeen's. Whatever they have to offer, I buy from Aberdeen's, or if Mary Maxim has something, I'll get it from Mary Maxim. but I will not buy from the Premier site.
As we're talking about yarn shipping, something that made me go, what? So some people in here have sent or received something from Ingrid's Inspirations. If you're sending to Ingrid or receiving, you're looking around 3 months approximately for it to arrive, because it's South Africa. Now, I was dreading, I've been looking forward to it, but I was dreading the Woolly Wednesday giveaway that I do. Afrique in South Africa finally won the vote. Woohoo! And then I found out the postage and went, oh, bleep. But I put an order through. And I put the order through that Wednesday. The order was with me on Tuesday. Yeah. How? Like, what?
What did they do? Send by carrier pigeon?
Like, how? Like, I mean, I've sent Ingrid something back in March. We're still waiting for it to turn up, and yet I've got the Afrique thing in less than a week.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't get it.
I don't either. Could it be because they're a business?
Well, that's what Ingrid said, but that doesn't matter when it comes to a plane and post. It all goes on the same planes and in the same way.
But if you remember, because remember last year I had sent, Ingrid had won something and it showed up on her birthday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she had said that it may get to the post office, but it might be a month before she gets it, because they only have certain, that may be the difference.
One van a month from the post office to the post office from the customs place.
So that may be why it's so long for Ingrid's. But I just still can't believe the fact that it came from there and you had it in less than a week. I mean, wow.
6 days, and that's over a weekend as well. So take the weekend out. I had it in 4 days.
Wow. Exactly, Joy. Exactly. Yes, sweet Ingrid. I miss seeing Ingrid. I miss seeing her, but she's in my prayers. I miss seeing my Ingrid.
Their load shedding right now is beyond ridiculous.
Oh, it's
around 16 hours a day.
It's a good thing she doesn't live in a cold climate.
Well, she wishes she was in a cold climate, but I mean, when you're sweating your bits off, you know, it's just it's ridiculous.
It is.
Jeanette, the other thing that you can do, you can still enter giveaways. If somebody is willing to send, go for it. But you can also go, okay, well, maybe it's too much to send to me, but I know somebody in that country who I'd like it to go to, and you can pay it forward.
Mm-hmm. Lisa does that a lot. Last year, my podiversary, she won a crap load. And she gifted away a lot of it. She gifted away a lot of the gifts, paid it forward to other.
About the stuff that I did take, though.
Well, I have a nosy notebook, and I am going back to watch videos for your podiversary. Because I want the dirt.
The factoids. I don't know half the factoids that I've already given out, and it's so hard to sit there because I'm such an open book. It's hard to sit there and go, okay, what don't they know? What have I never revealed? Like, it's so difficult.
Your bra size. Well, you asked.
42 double H. Factoid.
That girl's got yubbos, as my late husband would say. Yubbos. I just got yas. I got rid of the yubbos.
Yeah. Load shedding, Sarah, is parts of the country at certain times will have zero electricity because the power stations can't run the whole country at the same time. So only one sector will have power at any one time, as an example. I just thought of that last evening, actually. I'm new at these YouTube streets. Well, there's a lot of people that donate, and there's a lot of people that really don't, and they ought to, but it's more gimme, gimme, gimme. But a lot of the time, just listen to what the host says, read their description. If they say international, then they're prepared to pay for the international. But if you know somebody in their country, then, go for it.
I just had to answer somebody asking questions in regards to what you won there. So yes, so that after the live's over, I am going to wrap it up in about 5 minutes because
you
I said that a half hour ago.
Minutes ago.
Well, I figured 2 hours to live, which I made 2 hours. I figured if I start trying to get off in an hour and a half, by 2 hours, I'll have it done. You guys can laugh, but because I go back to work tomorrow and I have to get up at 4 a.m., I try to be in bed by no later than 9 because I wake up every night at 3 a.m. on the dot. And everybody keeps asking me why, and anybody that knows me knows why I wake up at that time. It's something I'm just going to have to work through.
You're welcome, Jeanette.
I have to, tomorrow's a short day, so it's not too bad because I'm planning on doing some videos tomorrow afternoon. I'm trying to get ahead on my videos. So you guys have something from me. I won't upload unless I have something to, to show you. And tutorials is a big one right now. Get caught up in my tutorials, refine and fine tune my setup. I've got my lights, I've got the new camera, I've got all the fancy bringing on the tripod. I've just got to get it turned so it's not showing me this way. So it's showing me this way because I used to work around the.
But you can turn that around if needs be in editing. That's easy enough to do.
Welcome in. Hello, Doris. Welcome in, Doris. That's it. I have totally just. Woo.
She's done. She's finished.
Well, I thought to myself, I can stay up all night now because I don't have to work tomorrow. Blah blah blah.
I've got a meeting tomorrow, so I need to be properly awake, and I'm just really hoping that I get some flipping sleep.
Well, we've been very busy because it is tourist season, and we have our small ferry, only holds 18 cars, and tourist season is upon us. Campers, bike, motorcycle groups, and it's like a puzzle every time we load it. And then she keeps breaking down, and it's just been we've had 2 weeks of HE double toothpicks. It's been, oh my heavens, it's just been awful. And tempers flare, and people get ignorant and try to run you over. I threatened one person to throw them overboard, and I'm not coming back for you.
You don't lose your patience, do you?
I do it with a smile.
Oh, that makes
Welcome in, Dragon. Well, you're here for a few minutes because we're getting ready to wrap it up, my dear. But I am going to do another live next week. I am off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I am off Monday and Tuesday. But Monday, I have an oil change appointment. So Tuesday probably is when I'm going to do my live. I just have to look and see when somebody else, I try not to get on when somebody else is, but that's hard to do nowadays because there's so many people doing lives.
You gotta do when it suits you.
Huh? I know, but so I'm looking, and I try to do mine at a time when, like Lisa can be here, not at night. So Lisa can be here, and some of the other people that are on the other side of the pond can come, and they're not in bed. you know, I can't do what like Krista does. You know, she has her Aussie edition. We're in the middle of the night, because I work for I work outside the home for a living. Harping her, ha. But no, I I'm hoping to hit the lottery so I can retire. I can't retire for 3 years, but if I hit the lottery, I retire. All I want to do is enough to pay my house off and any other bills I have, and then I can invest and do my YouTube channel and not worry about being monetized. How's that sound? Everybody cross your fingers I win the lottery. We actually did have a New Brunswicker mechanic won $5 million. And I was happy for him because he's a working man instead of these people that win it and are broke in 5 years. Because here in Canada, we don't pay taxes on your winnings. You pay taxes on any interest you make if you put it in the bank. You get to keep 100% of your winnings.
Nice.
In the States, they take 42+%. Yeah, and then tax you on any interest you make.
Do you want to have a quick look at private chat?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. That's why I need to look at my TV. I can't see this stuff. I got to get new glasses. Okie doke. Me. Okay. But no, I think it's funny. Surprise! Surprise!
I think she's going to be quite pleased as well.
Doris, you are the proud winner of some hanky stitch markers from Miss Lisa Ladybird Loves. So it was a surprise gift away, and that is from Miss Ladybird. So yes,
Welcome in, Tammy.
Welcome in, Tammy. You have won some hanky stitch markers. So you know the drill. Email her your shipping information and all that good information. Yep, she knows the drill. She knows the drill. See, and the thing is, we do stuff like this. This is the fun part. I love doing giveaways, and especially surprise giveaways. If I go and pick a video, and then the person, hey, you won. You know, it's fun. It's nice giving back because the time that you guys give us by watching. I know I babble and ramble on because I've even considered starting to do a fairy vlog again, but on the days that I'm working, just a short one, not a long one, but just a fairy vlog. So you can listen to me babble on. But your time is precious and we do appreciate it. Without you, there'd be no reason for us to come and do what it is we do. And I know Lisa's the same way. We appreciate it so much. So much. And you give to us.
Call everybody weirdos.
Dozy.
You liked that?
You dozy cow. You dozy mare. But it's a term of endearment with Lisa. Lisa has no filter. Okay, just saying. Lisa has no filter. She has to restrain herself, huh?
Yeah, I do have a little filter. I don't swear on my channel.
No, you have a filter when it comes to a public video. Privately, no filter. And you really want to get Lisa's. You really get to know Lisa. Come and join her channel. Become a OG Twizzler and above, and you really get to see Lisa. I'm a blue ladybird. I'm almost coming up on 2 years.
The blue ladybirds and the beanie besties that get the vlogs, they see the raw.
We see Lisa in the raw, uncensored, unfiltered, right up and in your face.
Poor sod. But I think Doris ran away. She either fell off a chair in excitement or
she had to go piddle. She had to go piddle.
She missed it.
Oh, well, she won. She might have been lurking.
I know she definitely would have said something if she saw it, for sure.
Yeah, because it's showing 13 here right now. But you'll just have to let her know, or I'll email her and let her know.
Well, you know, because I'm that way inclined, and she is a member. I tell my members when they win giveaways. So
Yep, I'm the same way with my members. I now have 4 members. Christine is crocheting joined the
there you
Island
go.
Yarning.
No, Doris,
No, it didn't go through, doll.
but that one did.
I'm looking back through. 3:35. I think Nightbot was after that. Yeah, it was after. It was right after 3 minutes after she put a comment up that we did the gift away. No, her comment didn't come through. So, well, that's cool. Well, then, Doris, you now know, get with Lady Lisa and your colors, and whether you want the sparkly. See, Lisa knows me, so I don't even have to tell her anymore what I want. She knows me. She knows me what I want, and that's we all get to know each other and their likes and dislikes. Like, I know Lisa hates pink, literally to the point where she has to disinfect her hands. I know she only likes black tea. There's just certain things that you learn about people. But one thing I can say, in your advent box this year, there will be no candy. I am helping you with your fasting. I'm not going to contribute or tempt you to break because you're doing so good.
The foodie thing, I have 2 weeks of fasting, and then there's 3 weeks where 5 out of the 7 days I eat whatever I like, normal treats, whatever.
Okay.
But 2 out of every week, 2 days out of every week, I fast. So it's a slow thing. I'm not trying to rush through it. It is a slow thing, but it's working. And I think if I was stricter with what I'm doing, I'd probably make myself really, really ill.
Gracie's crying because she's out there by herself. Well, then I'll put some surprises in, but I'm almost done. It's going to be going out very early this year, Lisa. So you're going to have to sit there and not open it for 2 months.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'm struggling so much with storage, like beyond struggling with storage.
Stick in the dishwasher. Then you won't be able to use your dishwasher.
Oh, yes. So all my plates pile up. Thanks. Great idea.
You can do what I do. I put things away, and then I forget about them.
Yeah, there's nowhere to put it. Like, I've got my stitch marker stuff is literally all over the living room right now because I have got nowhere to put it. Nowhere.
Wow. I'm buying a cart to put all my stitch marker stuff on. One of those little 3-tier carts.
I've got nowhere to put a cart.
Oh, wow.
I've got no room to put a cart anywhere.
You had that extra back room. Can you turn that into a yarn room?
That is full. It's got a bed in there.
Oh.
Underneath the bed, the bed's a divan bed or a box bottom platform bed. I can't remember what
it's like a trundle bed, day bed.
No. It's like a solid block almost.
Oh, okay. Like a platform bed?
Yeah, platform bed. Yeah. So all underneath it is completely packed. All around it is completely packed.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty bad around. I've only got a really small place. I think Ninja said that when she came, she expected it a little bit bigger. And she said she was surprised it was much smaller than she expected.
Yes, yeah, I think it looks bigger.
It's a small place, like really small.
Wow.
Doris, you know what to do, my dear.
Yes, she does. All right, everybody. Everybody starts saying their, goodbyes and stuff, and we'll wrap this up. But we'll do it again next Tuesday. I will post the link. I'll set up the scheduled stream, and I keep using StreamYard. I use the free version because I don't want to pay for it. There's nothing of the extras that you get other than time, and I don't do 10 hours a month, so I have 10 hours a month to use for lives. and I use Zoom for interviews, so we're good there. Um, Lisa, as always, thank you so much for coming up and helping me get along. And everybody it's in the chat. Thank you so much for coming. I really enjoy our time together, and I think we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna start planning my podiversary. Um, any input, email me, message me, text me, DM me, whatever. I would love it. I'd like to play some games. Um, I just don't know which games to play and how to play it and where to get the thing where I'm learning how to share my screen and stuff. And I'm not monetized, so I don't have to worry about, but I do on my channel, that I am very, no swearing, no smoking, no drinking of alcohol. Just don't say it if you're going to drink it. But, and that's just because although I put not made for kids, I try to be family friendly. There's times we've gotten carried away and I've just left in public, but they're always marked not for kids. Bye, Marlene. Again, Marlene, thank you, and Bruce, for everything you did. Thank you so much. Marlene was here for the service, and they were a super, super big help to me. Her husband was in the service with Warren way back, like 40 years ago. So thank you again so much. And I have the video, and it's not going to be going public. I'm the only one that has that video. So, but I will be in touch with you, Lisa. After this here, I will get that taken care of and sent to you, and you can send the recipient their little present. And as for everybody else, yes, keep watching. And I'm just wrapping it up now. Be careful how loud you say that. They can hear what you say. They heard what you said. But thank you. And go check out the new tutorial. Let me know what you think about the quality of the video. We'll work on this mic thing. We'll work on it. I've got my settings set back so I'm not outlined in white. I found out what that was, over contrast. I'm dealing with different programs, and we'll get this worked out eventually. And hopefully I'll get my shelves up next week in the craft room, and my new cubes is coming. They're mesh cubes, because that's coming out. What's in the cupboard now, it's too big. It's going downstairs. And I don't know if I'm going to put it over here on the wall or in the closet. And my team of orders, I've got 2 coming that have things for the craft room. You too, Doris. You too, dear. Give Bruce a big hug for me, Marlene, and one for yourself too. But we'll get there. Eventually you'll see. We'll get it all, and I'll give you a tour of the studio. That sounds so funny.
Doris.
My 10 by 10 room.
Doris has just given me 2 colors. Doris, do you want 2 in those colors, those 2 colors combined, or one color and one the other color? See, you missed that little bit out. And there's me thinking she just knew this routine off by heart by now.
Yeah, because she's won quite a bit.
She's won a heck of a lot of stitch markers.
Yeah, she's been very lucky. And speaking of which, that other did that other person get in touch with you or the shop?
No.
I've several emails I've sent.
I sent it yesterday, and okay. I added a little note to say, look, we tried several times, so I just had to guess. It was a 50-50 chance, so if it's wrong, I'm sorry.
One of each, please, Lisa. So, all right, everybody. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Think of me while I'm working, and I will see you all next Tuesday. Remember, hug, smiles, and happiness. Pass it on. Make the world a better place. Love you all.